I really love the people that work in animal welfare. There is nothing like working with animals and giving your life and dedicated to them. So when I do these workshops around the country, I want to work with the people that work inside these shelters. I want them to know that we are in this together, that they're not people to be looked down to because they decide to take their work ethics and their education to enhance the quality of life for orphan pets. They are not people to be looked down to. They're people to be respected because they're trying to clean up what mankind has caused. And they do a great job of it. And we have to tell them how much they're needed. Can you imagine if every shelter in this country closed their door for one day, what this country would be like? So we respect them for what they do and how much they care. I work with these organizations. They do trust me. They know that my background has all been animal welfare, and I never want anything from them other than to help them increase their adoptions, decrease their euthanasia, have self-respect in the work that they do. I want to teach them how to raise revenue. They're not my competitors. They're my friends. So I want to share with them all best practices that we have to make it a better world for them and for the animals because they need the help. I go into these places, Hillary, and I see the tears in their eyes. I see the despair in them, and we have to change that. And it can be changed. I'm living proof that it can be done. And if they're struggling, I want to help them. I want to help them get past that. That's why we do all these workshops. We never charge anything for it. One season in Home for the Holidays, I got a letter, and that made me know that this was the right thing to do. There was a humane society, was a high-kill humane society, and they sent me a letter telling me because of Home for the Holidays, this was the first year in their history that they didn't have to euthanize an animal during the holiday season. And that meant so much to them. So then they get it. Then they get that they have to market, they have to promote, they have to run it as a business.
Other than Home for the Holidays, there's been so many incredible campaigns and movements that you've helped lead. Can you talk to me a little bit about some of them? Maybe like International Pet Adopt-a-thon or Remember Me Thursday campaigns. Like, talk to me about those kinds of things and how they evolved and how they impacted the space.
I was listening, and this is when I was at North Shore, I was listening to a commercial about a sale-a-thon. And I listened and I said, well, why don't we do that? Why don't we do an adopt-a-thon? Why don't we stay open for 36 hours straight? We'll have pizza parties at midnight. We'll have donuts and coffee at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll have the employees and volunteers come to work with their sleeping bags. We'll just keep going for 36 hours. So we did that the first year, and we did 525 adoptions in 36 hours. So then I said, well, let me see if we can get other organizations to do it. So I went to one of the conferences. I talked to the other organizations, and so they all agreed they're going to try it. That night, when I was in my office with my sleeping bag, I was getting calls. Joanne from Florida called me up from Broward County, and she said, Mike, there's a line of cars 2 miles long waiting to get in. We did this whole 50s theme where we had all the radio stations playing 50s music and promoting what we're doing for the Adopt-a-thon. We had all of our employees in rollerblades like they were coming in. We were serving them ice cream floats and everything. Kathy Rice called me from Brazos, Texas, crying hysterically on the phone. I said, Kathy, what is wrong? This is 2 o'clock in the morning. And I said, what's wrong? I thought something tragic happened. She said, Mike, I'm walking through the kennels, through the shelter, and there's not one animal left. So, when you do it right and you market right, good things happen. That was just fantastic. And we were doing tens of thousands of adoptions during that 36 hours all over the country. I don't know if they're still doing it, but that's what we were doing. And then Remember Me Thursday, I couldn't believe how big that thing has grown. We were doing a conference here in San Diego, and we had people from all over the world. And I was just reading a tabloid about 8 weeks prior to the conference kickoff about how many animals were going to be killed in this country and how many more around the world. And I said, look, we're bringing these beautiful pets to be nothing more than a number and a statistic. We have to change that. We have to let people know that these are beautiful living pets that just wanted a chance. So we gave everybody in the audience a flameless candle, and we lit those candles to let all of the pets that didn't make it know that somebody cared, that we cared, and to shine a light on the millions of pets that were just waiting for a chance. I couldn't believe it. That went viral. We had 63 million social media impressions on that. And then we took it from there. The next year, it was trending on Facebook and everything. Katherine Heigl was the first spokesperson for it. And it just grew beyond anyone's belief. 180 countries holding candlelight vigils for orphan pets. Nothing has ever brought 180 countries together to do one single thing. But it's the love of animals from all over the world that we were able to do this and bring it all together. And Blue Buffalo was right by our side and helping us promote this and getting it out. And now it's the biggest single thing to bring animal welfare attention to the world.